Good morning. Happy New Year, everyone. Pandin tsawe lama rambo che dagi chi wo pe me den sho ne ka den chen bu go ne je son de go son to je ngo zhou ca do so san je che dang so je che nam la chang chu pa do da ne jap son che Dagi yin so yiwe so nam jen ro la pensra san jen ro vai sho san je che so je che nam la chan chu pa do da ne jap son che Dagi yin so yiwe so nam jen ro la pensra san jen ro vai sho san je che so je chen nam la chang chu pa do da ne jap son che da ge yin so yi we so nam che ro la pen tra san chen ro ba sho sim che tham che de wa dan de we jo dan den bara chu dong ha dan dong ha ye jo dan cha wa ra chu Dong ha me pe de wa ta men ra wa chu nye ren cha dang dan cha we dong nyam la ne ba ra chu ro ji jam yong zhong ma che ge jen ra kor dang go se dang xin gam chi che chen chu sang bu jen ra wa ten ra gong la da son xiong wa che la de jing so wa da be du da so kong do ne be sa jo ne den o phong tap se xie wa che dang zha xi pe wan se do so sa xiu bu xiu cu xiu me do ri ra lin xin nie de jian ban de san jie xin de mi de po ro ke nam da xin de jue ba xiu lại cái tông là tông này chính cái trung đạo đó mới cái nam đó rồi cái gì đó là chắc tham chế cái đó cái chuyện đó. Today I was asked to talk brief about Ayatara Jutsun Roma, and so Jutsun Roma's how you call it, about the Jutsun Roma's things you can tell for months, years, but we're going to do just a brief introduction. I know many of you know Jutsun Roma. We have in the Sakya Monastery monthly practice, as well as doing doing daily practice. Many of you know, but maybe some new people like to introduce this about Jutsun Roma. And Jutsun Roma is the one of the loving, kind, and mother. And we all need a mother. And the Jutsun Roma originally came with a human being. And there was a long time, many years years before. And there was a Dharma king in India. And she was the princess from the king, which her name was the Ishidawa, which is wisdom moon. And so, and when she was born, she was tremendously, not only just beauty, but kind, compassionate, and want to help all the sentient beings benefit, and the day and the night, and helping the offering to the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, as well as all sentient beings, and taking their problems and nourish. So, and every day she was doing this, and then a lot of that time Buddha and the Sangha said, so you are tremendous, compassionate, helping all the sentient beings like this, and you can even pray in this life you become to man form. So when she heard that, and she said that there's a So many people want to be men, and many don't want to be woman form. And because of that, and I will remain in the female form, wanted to take care of all the sentient beings like a loving mother. And so there's no different man and woman to become a Buddhahood or like helping the others. There's no difference. So I want to remain to female form. So she remained, and then she still had so many beings every day. And then Chindas Avalokiteshvara, a lot of compassion which we practice every day. And when he sees all the sentient beings, how much they're suffering every day all over, so Chindas was trying to help release for the sentient beings suffering. And so it cannot handle it. Even he manifested 1,000 arms and 1,000 eyes, still cannot save. So then he was so sad, it came with the tears. And the tear turned the lake. So in the lake, and then White Tara and Green Tara manifested and said, don't worry, we will help you, whatever we can for being safe and sentient beings. So she's strong connected with the jealousy which we practice. So not only that, and the Jutsun Droma has done in the Tibetan Buddhism, we call goddess of the Tibetan Buddhism. And she is mother of Buddha, mother of Bodhisattvas, mother of all the sentient beings. And as you know, in the Mahayana Buddhism, there's so many deities and Buddhas we can pray, but sometimes you have to receive the teaching, initiation, and you cannot practice. And like Tara, you can practice just like talking your loving mother. Whenever you ask, and she always be there. That's her promises. And no matter. And then she also, there's tremendous, she saved so many jikpa juru, which you call 8 fears, 16 fears. You know, our human life is everyday fears. No matter how much you're happy, good job, wealth, money, family, still fear. You worry what you're going to do today, what happened, and driving, always fear. So the Tara is the one of the she take away from fears, and she guides you. Some like fears, it's not necessary. We just worry too much, and that really doesn't help. But the Tara guides and helps. And there's so many Tibetan lamas. In the Tibetan Buddhism, we have 4 sets of Buddhism, like called Nyingmapa, Gagyupa, Sakyapa, Gelupa, and also now is Pembo. And they all, every Buddhist set of this practice Tara. Many of you know now, you've been many places and monasteries and Tibetan center and Buddhist centers, Tibetan homes, monks' residence. You can see everyone who don't have a Tara statue or Tara tanka. So that's how, because how much we need it, how much, you know, she helps. And so many lamas appeared. It's like first Dalai Lama guide his life through the Tara, as well as many Sakya lamas. So in my case, I was married, Dacha Doji-chan, and so a tradition, all the wife of the Sakya Kerns, they produce the sons, and so, and it's tradition, you have to pray Tara, and Tara is one who gives whatever you wish. And she also manifested in the different forms, which we just call 21 Taras, which yearly we have dancing and so forth. But it's not only 21, she manifested so many forms, and always female form. And I believe she will manifest any goddess, all spiritual, in all religion, and not only Buddhism, but she will help any religion who is female form, because her promises and also closeness to women, too easy to take care of them. And she does somehow, even you pray so many, do meditation things, no answer. I'm sure will help there's some blessing or next life, but Tara is always there. And I realize that Tara manifestation is any form. Sometime you may have your own sister or mother or somebody guiding you in your dream, and that's Tara's form. Because when I was teaching the first Tara, and I was hoping some benefits to all the beings in Hawaii, and she came, maybe dream, and with a lace. I was wearing the flowers and lace in my dream. So I realized that can be any, make a form, so helping. So we know that how much we need a mother. We will not even here without a mother and a loving mother. That's what is Tara take care. So that's her. If you read, there's so many books now you can read. And then also in Buddhism, the Tara is they call activity goddess, which means in Buddhism, even we do Buddhist practice, all kind of, there's always, every time you do giving the teachings, the big like initiations, there's always obstacles, many ways. And Tara removes that because she's activity, she shows, she guides, and without knowing, and she doesn't complain. Sometime maybe, if you really need it so badly calling Tara, she would say, "You never call me when you're happy," but I am here. So that's see. So the practice in Ayatara is so easy, and the Buddhist deities. There's many. Like some deities, like many heads, many arms, each hand carries an implement, you have to visualize. But unlike the other deities, that is just like you and me. But you're always thinking the loving mother, guiding me, carrying me, helping me. So that's why, and when you do pray, it's good to do, this says, which means the early in the morning or dusk in the evening, and more benefit. And especially she protects us tremendously for children. And that is so important to do. So anyway, Tara, if you practice Tara and to believe. And of course, always we do the prayer, whatever we do is motivation, goes through motivation. You have to believe it, this is true, and guide me. And she is there, helping me, guide me. And like I said, she is the mother of everybody, Buddha, Bodhisattvas, and all beings. So anyway, when you practice, I give you one example. There's so many others. Tibetan lamas, when they escaped from Tibet, like myself, as she guides a lot on the path, many stories. And beside this is lots of lamas appeared, Tara, and talking, and how to call it? In Tibetan we call Shasiva, which is the telling, guiding what to do, lots of things. And that is unlike, she will do anybody, does any age, any race, who just want to know who she is and you pray for. But of course, you have to have the receiving some teaching from any Buddhism tradition. You have to find the right teacher, master, monk, lama, monk, nun, woman, doesn't matter. You don't look always to the high ranking, look good or anything. Just somebody's carry, that's transmission through Lord Buddha Shakyamuni until now. When you go forward, this is the very important in Tibetan Buddhism. Without the Lama connection, you pray Tara, you may get some blessing, but not exactly accomplishment thing. Because when in the saying this, Lama may be Gongro La, Sanje Xinjiang, Menyang Me, Gawa Dong Sanje De, Lama Dala Ten, the Chungs, which means without the Lama, there is no connection with the spiritual. You have to have first, you have to have right Lama, and then you receive the teaching, which is initiation, oral transmission, and you follow that. You don't need so many Lamas. Many Lamas you receive the good teachings, initiations, it's good, you get blessing, but you need only one, and that whom carries transmission and connect with you. And doesn't matter Lama is closer or far away, you still get blessing. So this is how I thought it. So, and accomplishment is Tara is just I can't even tell how much. But my own experience on 9/11, I was retreat, very strict retreats in my chapel. I didn't even have a visitor. So my daughter-in-law brings food, brings under the door, leave at the door side. So and that the same time it happened on 9/11. So later I got in the drawer, under the drawer, the papers with those times the facts. So I read the facts, and two of my students, and who does that practice, I think they do daily. So they were one of the business goes to New York often, maybe every 2 weeks or weekly to companies selling things, come back. The other one who was visiting some kind of, and they both practice and Dara. And I usually go because I kind of realized that Dara's helping for beings after I got permission from my lamas, says you should teach, because the woman teaching woman to women is easier. So I started teaching. I usually go at those times, like 2-3 times a year to places to teach. So these two ladies, one is Mr. Airplane, and the other one is mother got sick, emergency, she had to go emergency in the hospital. And first they told me they were really sad, Mr. Airplane, because they can't do business, all this, they were living with that kind of business. But later they said because Dara saved them. But what they wrote me is their co-workers, friends, they all died there. So after I was doing my own retreat, but I had to pray for them. So I know that's Dara guide, help them. So this kind of blessing comes. It's very, Dara is not only just like I said, loving mother. When you ask, you pray, very swift, right away answers. And unlike we practice in usually Buddha Dhamma, we practice in special Mahayana Buddhism. We practice all the sentient beings. We practice for all our next life. This life we are precious human being. We have all this opportunity, but we want to be good rebirth, or maybe become the pure blessing and pure realm, so forth. But Tara, unlike Tara, and we talk like somebody guide me, and so like loving mother, and she will be there, and whatever wish you ask, health, wealth, children, or whatever you ask, she will give this guide. So that's why it's so important to, the Tara. Of course, all other deities has power, and but Tara is the swift. That's why. And then when you do Tara, it's like I said, it's easy to do. And beside that, it's like if you don't remember all 21 Taras, and there is Choji Panda Atisha, and he wrote it short, like, Om Jujuma Pamadromala Chatalo, Chaton Roma Tarapamo, Dutarai Jikin Sema, Ture Tenatam Tema, so Yegachula Teto, just 4 lines. It's like almost like 21 praise. You can do that, the many use. So it's just memorize and visualize. And I would say when those who practice Tara, and always think that when you go walk and try to visualize Taras on the top. When you want to give some others to helping, and you can also visualize Taras mantra. And when you go to sleep, think Taras in my heart. And not even can't visualize whole manifestation in the body, but just thumb syllable. And so this is so kind of short, and it's just introduction. And I notice that some of new people here, so I'm sure some they know about Buddhism, but we are talking today is just the Tara. And Tara she has many, many names. After the when she served all Buddha and Bodhisattvas, gave a name like 108 different names. And so, but we call Ayatara, and the Tibetan call it Jujun Doma, which is the Tara, was a savior, she is a savior. So it's just, when you're doing the practice things, there's, once you learned the pronunciation and talked by some master to oral transmission, and you don't need to do any other, it's just to do. Sonam de Sanchez Bana Dona Nivi Dranam Panju Jega Namshi Palan Trova Sipi Solen Drova Sho. Juzun Pamandroma, Chigger Gendrata, Kordan Kose, Sedan Shangata, Chiji, Sensu Sambu, Gendrava, Tendagola, Dasun Jovashu, Chilla, Teaching Soa Tapet, Daso Kondo Nebi Sachoso, Ni Den Ovon Tatse Shiva, Chudan Tashi Pewa Zedo So, Omdare Dudare Dure Soha. That's the 10-syllable mantra. Of course, the Tara, 21 Taras, each one is different. Or to say that in the Tibetan word is Semche Kangla Kandu, which is whatever you wish asking. You were asking money, you're asking some, maybe you want completely your exam or something, or you want to have wealth, health, children. This each Tara is a special head mantra. So 21 Tara has, but it's the main Tara is the Green Tara and White Tara. Green Tara is combined, it's all the 21 Taras. Thank you.
Thank you, Dagmola. If there is ever